the room next door. The show's over here. Come on over. This is really good. Folks in the other room should probably pop over. Good afternoon, folks. We'll start up in just a moment. Please come over from Charles Carroll room. Join the show. Hey, wonderful. That was quite the killer photo op. So yes, great holiday card happening there. So welcome. We're glad all of you joining us for our awards ceremony at the 6th Annual University of Maryland Info Challenge. I'm Wayne Lutters. I'm Associate Dean for Strategic Initiatives in the College of Information Studies, and we hope you enjoyed the showcase event just now, learning all the different approaches to the different data sets while scarfing down ice cream. There is additional left, so we might have seconds right after the ceremony. So marvelous. Teams, you did it. What a week. Pretty intense. We're really proud of you for spending the whole week outside of class and all of the other things that you do to learn about information projects. As Dean Marzullo mentioned last week, in the College of Information Studies, we are passionate about the information sciences and enjoy sharing that passion with others. Partners, all of our mentors, judges, volunteers, information challenge advisors, challenge partners, you're all a huge part of each team's success. Thank you for investing in them this week and all the support you provided to bring them to this point. Speaking of information, here's some data. Right? So we had 185 students in 54 teams from 4 academic institutions, including, feel free to shout out, Montgomery College, UMBC, University of Maryland College Park, and the midshipmen from the U.S. Naval Academy. All right. 87% of these teams participated in the kickoff event last week and returned today to present their results to the judges. We know how busy you are, right? This is midterm season after all. And we're always impressed with how dedicated you are, how you participate fully, and we're so glad to have you here. We had 75 partners this year from 21 different organizations. We had 7 academic institutions. We had the 4 who are our participating schools already mentioned, plus the Catholic University of America. University of Neuchâtel provided a challenge, and Georgia Tech provided mentors. We had 5 government agencies represented this year: the U.S. Census Bureau, the Minnesota Department of Human Services, Washington State Traffic Safety Commission, Prince George's County Parks and Recreation, and our Governor's Office for Crime Prevention, Youth and Victim Services. We had 9 industry partners. We had Accenture Federal Systems, we had Angie, we had EY, who were sponsors of that amazing kickoff event last Saturday. We had IT Concepts, Johns Hopkins University Advanced Physics Laboratory, Meta, Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments, Shopify, Vertical Apps, and all of this is made possible by the hard work of the IC23 Planning Committee and all of their teams of volunteers, folks like Dr. Kathy Weaver, Sammy Kemper, Joey Candela, and Rachel Bennett here from Maryland, and Gavin Taylor from the U.S. Naval Academy that keeps carrying us forward. So thanks. Hey, it's now my pleasure to introduce the president of University of Maryland, Dr. Daryl Pines. So Dr. Pines is a renowned aerospace engineer, the Glenn Martin Endowed Chair of Aerospace Engineering, a member of the National Academy of Engineering, and our former dean of the A. James Clark School of Engineering. Dr. Pines has led our university through these past few difficult years with wisdom and infectious enthusiasm, calling all of us to use our talents to address the grand challenges facing our global society today. We are thrilled you've had a chance to meet him at your tables, and a few words from him. Please welcome me in joining Dr. Pines.
So, how was the week? Excellent. It's, first of all, welcome to University of Maryland. I'm really just so happy that we could host you guys here. This is really important stuff that you're doing. I had a chance to walk around just for that little bit of demo session. I wish I would have got around to all of the tables, but I only got around to about 5. I ran into Ishan and his team from the Smith School. I ran into Fatma and her team, also from the Smith School, I think. No, one from Montgomery College and one from College Park. Yvonne, where are you? Right here on cybersecurity. Fatma on health organization and a sort of app that can help us do a personalized health. Ishan on that Washington traffic nightmare and incidents relative to accidents. So information and data are really, really important. And these are actually real world problems. And one example of that is that all of us went through COVID, and what did we look at every day? Every day at University of Maryland, we were looking at number of incidents of who had COVID on campus, right? Where was it happening from a geography? What were the age ranges of the people who were getting COVID? How should we deploy our resources? It was informing decision makers like me to make the appropriate decisions, right? So what you're doing and what you've been doing for the last 2 weeks is really, really important. And it's even more important in this really digitized age that we're all living in. So I'm really happy that you guys are working on these problems, and I know it's outside of your normal classroom experience. So why don't you give yourselves all a round of applause, first of all, for doing that the last 2 weeks. And why don't we also thank the countless number of advisors. Many of them are in these light blue shirts. Can they just stand up, the advisors, the volunteers, all of them, give them a round of applause. Thank you for your service to all the teams. So this is, really a privilege for us at College Park to host you here in the iSchool. And this is something that Dr. Weaver told me has been going on for, I think, 6 years, Dr. Weaver. And, and she's been involved. Give Dr. Weaver a round of applause, because she is one of the originators of this idea. And we should have the Weaver Award, the Weaver Prize, right, Dr. Weaver? But this is really important. Let me tell you why, and then I'll get off the podium here. How many people heard of a word called dismal? What does it mean? So in today's age, disinformation and malinformation. So a new category has been now created called dismal. It's all bad, meaning that we are getting information, and now your generation will have to help us analyze that data and determine what is accurate and what is actually truth. Disinformation is being spread at us through many modalities of social media and other mechanisms that we receive and that you receive. So now we have to parse through all of that and figure out what is the real truth. And so is malinformation. That's why I call this term called dismal is now becoming a popular sort of area of research. And I hope that you guys take these experiences and get back into this work and go into different industries in the government, into the companies that are supporting us today, and help them solve these problems as well. All of the problems that you have are real-world problems. Yvonne, you told me about cybersecurity. You came up with a really good idea. I don't know if you're a winner, because I don't know any of that information. I'm just the president. I don't know anything. But they are going to talk about the winners in a few seconds here. But I just want to thank you all for doing this good work over 2 weeks outside the classroom, the Naval Academy, UMBC, Montgomery College, and College Park. All right, now I'm going to turn it back to them, to Dr. Clegg, and she's going to come up, Tamara Clegg. She's also been in the iSchool for 12 years. Have a great Saturday. Good luck to the winners. Good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President Pines, and thank you everyone for having me. My name is, as he said, Dr. Tammy Clegg, and I am excited that I get to do the fun part, right? And I know you guys are ready, because I saw some of you practicing your walk up on the stage and how you were gonna accept your award. So I know you guys are all ready for this. But before we get started, I think we need to do something really important. Let's practice our drum roll. Can we do it? All right. All right. I I think you guys got it. I think y'all are ready. So we have several categories that we are going to recognize at this time. We want to thank all of the judges who gave lots of great feedback and have deliberated and are ready to present the awards. So
when your team gets called, please come up on that side. Come up here, stand at one of the microphones so that you can talk with Dr. Clegg, and then we'll give you your award and take your picture over here.
all right, okay. So our first award is going to go to the best team presentation. Drum roll, please. Okay. All right. So the winner is Team IC 23044. The winning team, please come forward. All right, if you can stand at the microphones here, and if everyone could just tell us your name.
I'm Micah Tracy.
I'm Reese Winter.
I'm Kosi Unini.
Ryan Zane.
Woo, okay. Thank you. Also, I have a couple questions for you. So you won the Best Presentation Award. Could you give us some advice on how do you give a good presentation?
Talk slowly, no filler words.
Always introduce yourself.
Okay. All right. Any others?
Keep it simple.
I think also we acknowledged our shortcomings, which is a good thing. We can grow.
I love that. Being a little bit vulnerable, right? Yes. Thank you guys. We can see why you guys got the best presentation. So can someone tell us a little bit about your project and what you were presenting?
So we had, it was the data analysis level 4. We were looking at fatal crashes in Washington. So we looked at which counties were producing the highest rate of bad drivers. So we brought in some outside data sets that so we calculated the number of crashes in each county in Washington, and then we divided by the population to see which counties had the worst drivers, and then we kind of compared that over time. We compared that with the information, just a straight up counts. So areas like Seattle had the highest number of crashes, obviously, since they were the most populated. But other areas kind of in the more rural parts of Washington produced worse drivers. And yeah, so that was just kind of what we looked at.
Awesome. Thank you. Very important work. So one last question for one person. Could you tell me something that you learned from this experience? I stumped them, you guys.
I got this. I would definitely say working together as a team, delegating who does what is a big thing, and that's why we were so successful. That's one thing I learned.
Wow, awesome. Thank you. That is some good information. Thank you guys. Let's thank this team. Thank you all. You can come over here and stop and take a picture. Okay. Okay. All right. So our next prize is going to go for the Outstanding Data Analytics Projects. Okay. And before we do the drum roll, we actually have two teams. So we're going to do two drum rolls. Okay. So we have a tie. All right. So let's do the first drum roll. All right. And the winner is Team IC 23048. Come on down. Come on down. All right. So team 2348, can you stand here and introduce yourselves? Tell us your name.
My name is Keshav Gupta.
My name is Soham Pavaskar.
Gabriel Duran.
And what school are you from?
I'm from Smith School of Business.
Smith School of Business here at UMD. Go Terps. Okay. All right. So can you guys tell us what were some data analytics that you were doing in your project? Tell us a little bit about your project.
So
Come up to the mic.
Yeah, so the main recommendation we found out was that the top 50 zip codes that are having the most number of accidents. So the hospitals nearby them are not accurate actually. So like on the right side of the Washington, the accidents that are happening, they don't have any actually trauma centers there. So they should build more trauma centers there. Because like for the accidents happening in the top four counties, they literally, the nearest zip code, the nearest trauma center they have is down south. So that's the one recommendation we have. Second recommendation we had was that there was a dip in 2018, number of accidents happening in 2018. There was a 7.5% dip in the number of accidents. But then they increased again in 2019. But actually this dip was seen all over the US because new safety programs were introduced at that time. So 2.4% accident decrease all over the US. So if that was effective, we can introduce it again. Yeah, those are the two recommendations.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And, okay, one more question. So you guys won for the top data analytics project. What's some advice about data analytics that you have for us today? Any analytics advice?
So
We need to look at the entire data and correlate what are matching data and look at the correlation between all of them and analyze the questions that we have.
one more recommendation. Like,
Go ahead.
we should not always focus on a machine learning model if we are dealing with a data analytics project.
Okay, all right. So correlating all the data and not just focusing on machine learning. All right, thank you guys. Let's give this team another hand. You guys can come on and get your awards and get your picture taken. All right, you guys ready for our second drum roll? The second winner for Outstanding Data Analytics Project goes to Team IC 23058.
Yeah.
Come on down. Where is the team? Come on down. Don't be surprised. Come on down. We're up. Hi, hello. Come on down. Step to the microphones. If you could introduce yourself, tell us your name and what school you're from.
I'm Anna from College Park.
I'm Iris from College Park.
I'm Ethan from Montgomery College.
I'm Chris from UMBC.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm glad to have a mixed team from universities representing. Thank you guys. All right, so tell us about your analytics. What kind of analytics were you all doing?
We were also looking at the Washington State fatal crash data, and after sorting through visitors and residents, we realized that although there were a lot of visitors who were slightly more visitors involved than residents, we looked at the differences on where they were crashing, if there were differences between visitors and residents on the types of roads, and we found that there was a noticeable difference. A lot more visitors were getting confused on interchanges and on highways, probably because they were traveling from out of town. We also noticed that it was a lot of working age population people, so most likely commuters, who were coming in and getting confused on the roadways. We used Python for our code, and we made some really interesting maps in ArcGIS.
Wow, that's awesome. I love this. As a designer, you have lots of great design implications, right, from your findings. Okay, so then my second question, the same as for the last team. What are some things about data analytics that you want, some advice you want to give us about analytics more generally? Could be something you learned. It could be some kind of advice about.
Data cleaning is the most important step.
Wow. Data cleaning.
We had some nice visuals too. I guess it made it more appealing to look at, easier to communicate. And also once we mapped the data, we were able to see correlations we couldn't find from just the data itself. In particular, dangerous intersections, things like that. So all that from the visualization of the data versus the data itself.
That's awesome. So the importance of data cleaning and being able to present that data and share it so that you can understand it better. So thank you guys. Let's give this team another round of applause. All right. So next we have, speaking of design, we have the most outstanding design projects. Okay, can I have my drum roll? All right, and the winner goes to Team IC 23025. Nice, right here. Come on down. This microphone makes me feel like the price is right, y'all. Come on down. All right, so if you guys can step up to the microphone and tell us your name and where you're from, your university.
Hi, my name is Pratya. We're from College Park, HCI grad students.
Hi, my name is Shaunak. Yeah, we are all from HCIM program here at the University of Maryland.
Hi, I'm Fatima.
Hi, I am Pooja.
All right, representing the College of Information Studies and our Human Computer Interaction Master's Program. Let's give you guys a shout out. All right, what kind of design were you all doing? Tell us about what your project.
Okay, so our project was a WordPress framework where we were supposed to work on the Pygmalion tool. The Pygmalion tool is a data visualization sort of a tool that helps in understanding the origins of the meaning and of a particular word. Most of it is concerned with Latin and French words. So it is a very good linguistic tool. It has amazing potential in teaching and research. But right now, the website itself and the tool itself is fully focused on research. And so it is not very usable in many different contexts, but we understood from the founders that they wanted to extend this tool to teaching and other environments and make it very versatile. So we worked on improving the design, the usability, the visual appeal of the entire tool, and made it easy to navigate through and just easy to figure out for somebody who's going on the website for the first time and trying to understand what to do with it.
Okay. All right, so I got a hard question for you guys. So you were doing a design project, and I know that means if you're in the HCIM program, you were going through the design process. In going through your process, what's one thing you learned not to do?
One of the things not to do is like directly deep dive into the solution without understanding the problem itself.
Yes. Oh, you guys. That's one thing I always tell my students. If I see you guys 5 years later, you better tell me. That's what I want you to tell me after my class. So thank you guys. You can come on and take your picture. Let's give them another round of applause. Right. Okay. So we have one more. Okay. So. All right, so the next prize that we have is the Outstanding Cybersecurity Projects. All right, so let's give our drum roll. Drum roll, please. And the winner is Team IC 23038. 38. Woo. Come on down. Or up. Come on up. All right. Let's stand here at the microphone, and could you tell us your name and where you're from?
Hello, I'm Strahinja Njušević from Montenegro.
I'm Eric, I'm from Michigan.
Nice.
Michael Izanga from New Jersey.
Okay.
Ivan Vajčeta, Montenegro.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Well, welcome, guys. So my question for you guys are, what were you all protecting us from?
We were protecting you from bad people out there in the security world.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your project?
We were designing passwords so that companies would choose good passwords that weren't easily hacked or cracked using tools like Hashcat and John the Ripper.
We also added other functionality like hashing, and we said how the company should incorporate all those hashing and like how they should improve their policy.
Okay. All right. So for you guys, then I want to know what's one thing that we all should know about how to not create a password, or what not to do when we are creating passwords.
You got it. Yeah, I would say don't fall into a predictable pattern where you capitalize the first letter of your name or something, and then add an @ sign for A's and then like add a number at the end, and then whenever, you have to
Why are you
refresh.
telling my secrets?
Whenever you have to like refresh your password every month, don't like turn it from a 1 to a 2,
Okay. Stop. Okay.
Also,
Y'all
don't put your pet names, please. Don't put your pet names. And if you pick one password, don't use it anywhere else. Thank you.
Oh, okay. All right. Y'all just made life harder for all of us, but thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, come take your picture. All right. So, okay, we're at the grand finale, the last prize, which is the grand prize. So this is overall. All right, are you guys ready with our drum roll? We need a special drum roll for the last prize. The overall winners are Team IC 23063. All right, so stand here, and could you tell us your name and where you're from? Where university?
Hi everyone, I'm Dharini.
I'm Amanpreet, and we're both from College Park.
Oh, well, okay, nice. Go Terps. All right, so can you tell us a little bit about your projects?
So we worked on the redesign of COPAR, a website which is based on, it's kind of like a directory for anthropological records. It is by the university, and they had a very limited team, so I think we focused more on providing realistic solutions that they could easily deploy right now, right away, without having extra funding. So we used a lot of university training resources that we know are available to them and use those tools to create the design solution, making sure that they're able to use it.
Wow, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so my question for you all is, so tell us the key to working together in an effective, productive team.
I guess it's all about communication. So we both are in the same program, but we are in different cohorts. But we planned out what we need to do from the start process, and it worked well for us. Yep. And we kept our users in the focus of our design. So I think that's something we put in a lot of effort also to understand who are going to use this website in the end, and we kept them at the center of the process, and that's how it worked.
Yeah, adding to that, like about collaboration and users, I think when we find common points within a project that we both agree on, things like we know who the user is, we know who the target is and who the design is for, then it becomes easier to get on the same page and communicate for the betterment of the product.
Wow, that's awesome. It sounds like you guys had an amazing process. So thank you. And which program are you from?
FCI.
Oh, how did I guess? How did I guess? The Human Computer Interaction Master's Program. Thank you all. Let's give them another round of applause. So this is all of our winners, but everyone in this room is a winner. I was able to talk to lots of great projects. You guys are all awesome. It is amazing what you've done. So if you all could stand up, and let's give you all a round of applause. So I'll have all of our project teams, please stand up. Okay, all right, and so now I'm going to hand the mic back over to Dr. Wayne Lutters. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Tammy. We are at the conclusion. What a week. So before I introduce Dr. Weaver, who you all know, I wanted just to remind you that in order for this to happen, you heard the hundreds of people that have to get connected. The person that stitches that all together year after year is our creative founding director, Dr. Weaver, who does this not because she has tons of free time, but because she is passionate about you and your career success. She will tell you over and over, use this event in your interviews, on your resumes, and go take some more classes. So congratulations, and for some closing thoughts, Dr. Weaver.
Hi, everyone. A little bit of housekeeping first before I go through my list of thank yous. So for those of you that got an award, I mean, everyone is a winner, but for those of you that got an award, you need to go into the back of the room after we're done. Joey, can you stand up and wave? Joey will let you choose your prizes. Okay? So don't, and it's not a Lamborghini, I'm sorry. But they are cool prizes, and Joey chose them. So anyway, so as Dr. Letter said, this is something that I love to do. I had students about 7 years ago tell me they wanted to run a hackathon, so we ran a hackathon, and the students at the end of that said, please don't make us sleep on the floor. We really hate that. So what we did was we split it up into 2 weeks, and this is our version. This is a data analytics version of a hackathon, so you can work on this through your own time through the week, and then come back at the end of the week and present to the judges. So we really, really appreciate you guys taking this time. I mean, it's really amazing that you take time out of your busy schedules to do that. But I get credit for this, but I have a huge team of people that help me. I do want to thank the challenge providers. One of the things that we've learned over the year is that the better challenges we have, the more successful you guys are. And that's really important to us. So we spend a lot of time, you can ask any of the challenge providers, I am really annoying when they give me a project that I can tell is not going to be successful, and I kick it back to them. So we go back and forth for a really long time to make sure you all have a really good set of projects to choose from. So thank you all to the challenge providers. Mentors, if any of you are here or any of you are watching on YouTube, we can't do this without you. The teams really need the support of the mentors just to check in, ask questions. It's really important to everyone that we have mentors, so thank you all for signing up. The Info Challenge advisors, including Sammy, they basically take their expertise and help you guys. And more people took advantage of the ICAs this year, and we really are glad for that. Judges, you've already been thanked, but thank you again. This wouldn't happen without you. You guys do a great job. And what I really love hearing from the judges is that they don't feel like they're actually judging you. They feel like they're actually helping you be better with your projects. And that's the way the judges approach this. EY, I know there's some EY people around. Thank you all for your generous gift and all of your time that you spent with us. The Naval Academy, thank you all for your generous gift and for supporting the showcase. And then I have so many people to thank in the iSchool, I can't do it all. So Dean Letters, thank you. Tammy Clegg, thank you. Dean Marzullo was here last week. We appreciate him. People like Dave Baugh, who does all of the technology stuff. And the list goes on and on. I can't get to everyone. Dinah Grazer for helping coordinate for the UMBC. And Palma Katravas, are you still here? You were one of the judges. I think she has taken off. But she is participating for Montgomery College for a 5th year in a row. And we really appreciate all of the combination. And then Gavin Taylor, Dr. Taylor, are you still here? He's over there. So he actually emailed me a couple years ago when we were just doing this at UMD and said, can I bring some students from the Naval Academy? And I said, no, this is only a UMD event. And then I thought, maybe we could. And so we've expanded it now to include 4 academic institutions, and we're really glad you all are here. I would also like to thank everyone in the light blue shirts. So these are the volunteers. You guys have made it happen today. I really couldn't have done this without you. And so Stamp IT, you can't see them, but Rob and Chris are up there. Give them a hand because they've done a fantastic job. All right, and then a couple personal thank yous. So Craig Taylor and his team, and where's Amani? She's somewhere. She's over there. Everything I ask them to do, they say, yes, we can do that, and they print out stuff, and they bring things, and they have cameras, and anything we need, they're there. So thank you so much for everything. Rachel and Sarah, you guys in the back, you are, I don't know what to classify you, but you're the everything awesome team. So again, anything we need. Rachel had fantastic ideas about getting all of this stuff done, and Sarah's been there to support us for everything, so thank you. Sammy at Kemper was a mentor last year, and she took on 3 teams, and she took on everything we threw at her, and I said, we need her to be more involved. So she now is spending 20 hours a week working with us. She's also done adjuncting. So any of you at UMD, you want to take a class from her, she's awesome. And Joey Candela, again. So he is our student helper, but he's like the everything guy. He's really good about saying, Dr. Weaver, you didn't do that right. You need to do it this way. And he's so nice about it. So he fixes everything. He takes care of everybody. He's graduating this year, and I don't know what I'm going to do without him. So I tried to talk him into a PhD, but he said no. But where he's going is he's going to EY. So he got hired by EY, and we are so excited. And then my last big thank you is to you guys for coming. And I said it before, and lots of people have said it. This is something that's above and beyond your classwork. This is something that you spend lots of time doing. And like Dean Letter said, this is something you should brag about on your resume. When people come to me to ask for career advice, I say, when you are talking to a recruiter, talk to them about this experience, because this makes you look good. It was not for your class. It was not for a grade. You did an awesome job, and even if you didn't get an award, you got a lot out of it. So please take the time to brag about this. And so as we close, because it's hard to believe it's over, and by the way, this is kind of like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. People say, when do you start planning? Well, tomorrow. So I start planning tomorrow for next year. So, but I want to say thank you to everyone, and we wish everyone good health and a safe space to continue learning. Thank you. Oh, ice cream is still available. Don't all go
Seconds.
to
Take care, folks.
Where's Jacob?